Man, there's just so many creepers. Concussion creepers and normal creepers. Just take your pick of a creeper. Good afternoon, and welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to the very first episode for the Hermitpack. This is actually something I had been wanting to play, but with everything else that was on the table at the time, I decided to pass it up. But I believe since all the mods, generally whenever I get on there to try and record, I run into the issue of it being down, and so I can't ever get my recording done on there. So I decided to drop that. I hope that doesn't cause too much issue for you guys. But with that pack's pretty unstable, and like every update it gets more unstable, or certain things get unstable, like mechanism pipes, we can't break them, or root stuff crashing the game and all that stuff. So I decided to switch it out for Hermitpack, which is a bit more stable and gets some pretty nice updates. When I was looking through the changelog and stuff, a lot of like custom recipes and different things like that. So I decided to start this up today, and this is going to fall into the time slot for our All the Mods series. So you're going to get an episode today, you're going to get an episode tomorrow, and then it'll be the following Saturday. It'll be Saturday before the next video. So it'll be every 3 days per video. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see. We're going to go with Asgard LP, and let's go ahead. We're going to set this to do we want to go default? No, let's go realistic world gen. I like realistic. And let's go with the world seed. We'll just say to Asgard LP, and let's start up the world. Alright, so it looks like we've spawned in like some plains biome with a nice cave actually right there. So we may end up, let me go ahead and mark this. We're just going to call it here. And let's go ahead and we'll start getting our wood and all the standard start stuff. Oh, what is this down here? I'm quite curious. What are you? I don't know. We don't have the tooltip display, so I'm not for sure. But anyway, let's go ahead and get our table, and we'll get ourselves a bit of sticks here. And for right now, I'm just going to make a pickaxe, and we'll get ourselves some stone. And let's go ahead and upgrade tools now. So, but the Hermitpack is something that I've always enjoyed their packs a lot in the past and everything. So I know this one will be a lot of fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And like I said, it was something that when it came out, I was like, man, I want to play that. But it's like we had so much going on at the time that I was just like, well, we'll wait on this. And maybe if a time slot opens up or something, maybe I'll squeeze it in there. But since, like, I'm one, if I, like, all the mods, for example, like, I'm consistently unable to record, and it may be due to my timing. Like, I know Rupnerd's still on there and he's updating it and stuff, but it seems like every time for the past like 2 weeks that I go to get on there, it's down. And I'll give it a little while, because I know the server resets. We'll go ahead and grab that flax, because we can definitely use that. I want to find a sheep too, if at all possible. Looks like there's some over there in the distance. But I would go to get on there and it would be down, and it would just be a consistent thing. And I was like, okay, I think it's time to switch it up a little bit and do something else. Alright, so we've got plenty of wool to get ourselves a bed now. So I'm going to gather a bit more wood. I'm going to get some food, and I'll be back in a minute once we get ready to, do something else, because I don't want to make you guys watch this. Alright, there's actually a village right here. And by the way, pigs, I don't recall them dropping quite this much pork chops. Like, they're dropping just an absolute ton of pork chops, it feels like. But maybe I just don't kill pigs enough, and they normally drop. Like, the first one I killed, by the way, dropped 8 pork chops. I was like, what? Yeah, so we're up to 63 pork chops already, which is absolute madness. Anyway, I am going to grab this rice because you can use it to make basically like sticky pistons and stuff like that. As well as a few other things. Rice is very, very nice as an early crop. But we have a village here, so let's take a look. It looks like overall it's just a pretty much standard village here. I am going to snag some of this stuff. I think for our starting power source this time, since in Direwolf I went like lava and went really actually additions, I do think we're going to follow suit, and we're going to do a canola farm to start with. Because that's something I've never started with as far as power generation goes. What is this building? Why are all these items on the ground? Like, there's jam for days. Okay, I'm gonna put this jam back actually, and we'll come back later and get that once I have a place to set up at. But we may, instead of, I don't know. I like that cave because this village doesn't really have anything of note. I'm gonna keep exploring. It looks like there's a really nice mountain over here that I want to go check out. I'm moving pretty far away from our spawn point, but that's okay. We have a bed, so we can go out as far as we want, and that's not going to be a problem. Alright, the sun's setting. I did come across a little bit of coal here, so I'm going to grab it so that we can make some initial torches, and we're going to head underground, or into the ground, and start setting up just a temporary base. Now, as you guys may know, if you've watched my other series, I like to build big and pretty detailed and everything. It does take a while, but that's part of it. There's not a lot of mob spawning, so we may be safe to explore just a minute longer here. Oh, never mind, I see a creeper right there. So, I'm not entirely sure, of course, just starting out, what we're going to end up building. I usually just kind of go until I find something that speaks to me and says, hey, you should build this, you know? But if you guys... There's another village here. Wow. If you guys have a preference, if there's some kind of build that you would like to see me do let me know. Of course, right now, we've got the big ocean platform on Crackpack. We've got the Asian-themed build on Infotech. And then we've got the... Oh, okay. We've also got the tower design, which there's actually going to be something added onto the top of that we've got going on right now in Direwolf. And, man, there's just so many creepers. Concussion creepers and normal creepers. Just take your pick of a creeper. Alright, I kind of dug into the mountain here, and I'm just kind of digging out an area. But then we've also got the, like, spaceship build that's going on Stranded Forever / Crash Landing. The name of that did change, by the way, if you guys didn't... I know I mentioned it in one of the more recent videos, but the original mod author of Crash Landing didn't like it too much, so the name of that did change. So, but anyways, if there's a specific kind of build that you guys would like me to do, like a specific theme, do let me know, and I will definitely take that into consideration. So, you know, I try to do something different every time and not build the same stuff. So, because that's one of my favorite things on Minecraft is, of course, building and, of course, the modded experience in general. So, if there's a specific thing you guys would like to see, do let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate. But let's see, is my favorite recipe? It is. I love it. I hate having to make wood to make chests. But anyway, we'll go ahead and throw some of this stuff in here, and I'm going to go ahead and make some furnaces as well. Whoops. We'll go with 8 of them to start with. That's great. And then, let's see. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a door so we can put it out here and actually be able to see outside. I should probably do that, though. I'll have the neighbors stopping by otherwise. And I'm going to go ahead and get some of this pork chops cooking up. And then I guess... Go ahead and throw this stuff in here. I guess we're going to go ahead and start digging down. Actually, let's go ahead and get ourselves a bed first, so we can set spawn and all that good stuff. So we'll just put it right here. And it's daytime now. But I am going to go ahead and start digging down a little bit and all that good stuff. I hate whenever it tries to latch onto a furnace instead of the chest. So I'm going to move this over to here. Alright, and I finally found some iron down here, which is wonderful. we're down to Y level 41. Oh, as well as some black quartz, which is also good. By the way, this pack does have environmental tech, so I will be doing a lot with that in the very near future. I have some really big plans, stuff that I was wanting to do on all the mods, but just with the situation and everything, I wasn't able to. So we will definitely be doing it on here. Alright, I did make it down to Y level 14, which is where we're going to be doing all of our mining. I'm going to do a strip mining system, and so we've got a decent amount of stuff. We got some tin and lead and black quartz and iron. Surprised we were able to mine lead with a stone pickaxe. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and get some of this iron smelting up. And we've got our cooked pork chops now, which is wonderful. I am going to go ahead and claim this chunk that we're in, like this little area, and we'll go ahead and chunk load it. So, like I said, I think the first ore system that we're going to gun for is going to be canola farming. Power with canola farms. So let's go ahead and get our actually additions book, because that will, as always, that'll come in handy to have that. So we've got a bit of iron now, so let's go ahead. I want to make a bucket so that we can get into farming, get our canola set up, and start moving forward with that setup. I'd like to get that done today. It won't be, I don't think we'll have it totally automated and all that good stuff just yet, but we'll at least get it started. So what I want to do would be easier to do during the day. Let's go out here and get ourselves a bucket of water. There's actually a stream like right here. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to steal the water from here. And I'm grabbing all this canola that's around. We're going to have it planted soon, but the more that we have to start with will definitely help us moving forward. And we'll go ahead and set ourselves up an infinite water source down here, just in the house, so that we've got it. We've got access to it and all that good stuff. So let me go get one more bucket of water real quick. Alright, and then let's go ahead and make ourselves just a hoe to get started with farming. And I want to go ahead and grab all my canola seeds as well that we've got. And for right now, I guess we'll just set this up out here. That's fine. I do have some bees here. They're causing a problem. Okay, I broke their hive. I don't need the bees right now, so I was like, you can just die. Because I don't have a scoop made just yet, but that's fine. It does look like Roots is in the pack, which is great. That mod is a lot of fun, even though I did have some slight issues with it on all the mods. Just some slight ones, if you guys have seen that. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get this farm laid out. I'm going to go ahead and go... You know, I just thought about it, but we don't really need that water there. Long term. We will need it initially, because I don't have enough worms at the moment to fill the whole farm up with worms. And let's go ahead and put down worms as much as we can. And of course, these cover a 3x3 area. They're going to keep it tilled and watered. And they're also going to increase crop growth. And you can get these by just hoeing the ground. So I will probably do a bit of running around here in a bit and just hoeing the ground everywhere. Actually, right now sounds good. Well, I got 2 more. I'll continue that later on. I only need 2 more worms to fill out the farm, and then we can get rid of this water plot and just put down dirt. So anyway, we've got some canola planted, and it's going to take a little while for that to grow and us get more seeds and fill that all out and everything. But, wow, we got 60 cooked pork chops. I love it. Love it. But the next thing that I'm going to want is going to be a canola press. Actually, before I do that, I want to make some fencing because I don't want to leave my farm open, you know, to the wilderness or whatever, because I don't want stuff getting in there and deciding, hey, I feel like jumping around on this farm today. Because stuff does have a tendency to do that to me, I've noticed, so I try to avoid that situation as best I can. And there we go. So we've got a nice little farm set up that's all fenced in and everything. And so let's go ahead and get into actually utilizing this canola. So we're going to want to get ourselves a canola press. It does take an Inori crystal, some canola, and some advanced coil. So we are going to have to get some redstone and stuff. We'll have to get some redstone and some basic power up and going, which is fine. We can always do something like some kind of coal generator to do that. So let me head on back down and do a little bit more mining. I'm actually going to make like 2 iron picks, I think, to get started with. And I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so we are going to need to get ourselves an atomic reconstructor. So to do that, we're just going to need an iron casing. It's fairly simple to make. We are going to need a bit of black quartz. I'll do barrels and stuff later off camera. And we should be able to break down this coal, right? Yep, we can get tiny coal. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up like, say, 5 of these to get our black quartz to get started. And then I'm going to save the rest for ore doubling. So we'll go ahead and get our iron casing, not a problem, and then our atomic reconstructor, also not a problem. I am going to go ahead and cook up like 8 more iron, I guess, and then I'll go ahead and cook up like 3 pieces of gold. That should be good. So now that we've got our atomic reconstructor, let's go ahead and we're just going to put it down. Alright, we're just going to put our atomic reconstructor down like right here for right now. That'll be fine. And then we're going to have to get some kind of power to get started. So let me see. Okay, we're just going to make a coal generator from actually additions just to get us started. That's fine. And so we'll get our iron casing and then our coal generator and achievement. And we'll just set this up right here. We'll go ahead and give it, you know, a few pieces of coal so that that'll start building up some power. And what we want to do is it's going ahead and activating right now. Let's go ahead and make a lever. If this receives a redstone signal, it's going to shut off and not waste power. So let's go ahead and do that. And then to make our canola press, we're going to need an Inori crystal and some of this redstonia crystals. So what we want to do is we'll make the exact amount right now. But we'll go ahead and throw this stuff down, like right there, and activate it. And there we go. So we got our redstonia that comes from redstone and an Inori crystal that comes from iron. And then I want to get our basic coil. And then our gold coil is just nuggets around that basic coil. And now we should be good to make our canola press. Haha. So we're going to go ahead and set this up. I guess we'll put it back here. And I will change this stuff around and move it around once I start actually automating this stuff. Actually, it'd probably be better to put it directly next to this. So there we go. And so it's getting a little bit of RF now. And so what we can do is we can take our canola and throw it into the canola press. And it's going to press down that canola and create canola oil. So very, very good stuff. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get a crusher just so that we can start ore doubling a little bit. So we are going to need a couple basic coils. It's going to be 10 redstonia. And there we go. Let's get our crusher. And for right now, I'm just going to put the crusher here. And it's kind of a hub jub setup here to start with, but that's okay. But you'll notice that this has made 2,000 millibuckets of canola oil, which is wonderful. And now let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and double up some of this iron. For right now, we'll just cook it in the furnace. That's not a problem. Once we get more power production, we will actually set up an electric-based furnace. And I want to go ahead and set up a way to upgrade that canola oil, because by default, canola oil, it's okay for burning for fuel, but we can easily make a fermenting barrel. So that's what I want, and I actually don't have any wood. By the way, I've got double baby skeletons out here, which is terrible, for the record. Alright, so now we've got, I need to grab one canola, which I actually just went out to the farm and harvested, so we've got that expanded a little bit. But we'll get our fermenting barrel, and then what we can do is we can set this up. This doesn't require any power. So we're just going to set it up across from the canola press. Put it like right here. And then what we can do is we can take this oil that we're creating and put it into the fermenting barrel. And you'll notice it's going to change over. Let's go ahead and add some more in there. It's going to change that canola oil into oil. And it's 1-for-1 ratio. It does take a little while, so long term we're going to expand this and add more fermenting barrels and all that good stuff. But for now, this is a good way to basically get more power out of your oil for fairly cheap, just a bit of wood and one Anori crystal. So you notice over here I'm actually getting iron dust and gold dust, so very, very nice. Now the next thing that we're going to need is going to be another generator. It's the oil generator. So to do this, we're going to need a couple iron casings. Alright, and should have everything now to get this. We've got our 2 iron casings, and then let's get one more canola seed just out of here and get our oil generator. And of course, as the name suggests, this thing's going to burn oil to produce power. So we'll just put it right here for right now, and let's throw in a bucket of our oil. And you'll notice that it's generating 70 RF a tick for each bit of oil. I think it's 50 millibuckets, right? Yeah, 50 millibuckets per. And you'll notice it's actually producing positive while this crusher is running. So very, very nice. And once we get some fluid transfer, we will definitely add onto the system and automate it a bit. So, but as of right now, I mean, it's very efficient on this oil for the amount of power that it produces. So I'm definitely happy with it. And we'll go ahead and snag this coal generator, because we really don't need this anymore. It was really just for that. And really quickly, let's go ahead and get ourselves a furnace. So our powered furnace, we'll get our iron item casing. We'll get, oh yeah, we need 8 of these. So our powered furnace, and this is actually the double furnace. It's not just a single furnace. And so for right now, I'm going to sort all this out. Probably after this episode, I'm going to do a bit of expanding and stuff on the base and all that good stuff. But we'll put our furnace right up here. It's already filled up with power. Wow. It's crazy. This stuff is going through stuff fairly quickly, honestly. And we'll just throw this stuff in here, and we can set it to auto split. And so it's going to cook 2 items at once, and there we go. So we can ore double. It's not fully automated yet, but it does do the trick, and it will definitely make our lives a whole lot easier. I actually need to add more oil to this. And we're out of canola. That's going to be the main thing, is expanding that farm. So I'm going to end the episode there. I know it's about wrapping up point, probably a little bit over wrapping up point. I know I did ramble at the beginning a little bit about the start of the the series and everything. I do apologize. Like I said, there will be another episode tomorrow for this, so if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. Next episode, we will be doing a bit of refining with this. I want to hopefully automate the farming out there, as well as automate the creation of all the different oil and all that good stuff, so that we don't have to manually do this, because manually having to farm and change all this over into oil and all that stuff, it's just not, it's not reasonable. So next episode we'll automate that, set up our ore doubling so that it's fairly well automated, and really just refine all of this work that we've done. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. It is very, very much appreciated. And like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on a house design that you would like to see, you know, I'll go big. You know, I always go big build. So, you know, don't be afraid to let me know what you would like to see, and I will definitely see about putting that into effect. So, you know, see what everybody thinks, and then go from there if there's any preferences out there. So do let me know on that, and as always, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys then.